Unmanned aircrafts are finally taking over the battlefronts, and the United States is leading in the creation of these technologically advanced aircrafts. These pilotless aircraft are built with amazing features, and they are nothing short of perfection, providing real-time information, surveillance, and reconnaissance. Aside from creating one of the most powerful drones in the world, the United States, this nation is determined to revolutionize air combat with these exceptional aircraft. How did these unmanned aircraft become an important asset in any nation's military arsenal? What are the features of the US's most powerful drone? Join us as we explore the capabilities of the United States drone that will revolutionize air combat. Let's begin with the history of these aircraft. The very first pilotless vehicles were developed in Britain and the USA during the First World War. Britain's aerial target, a small radio-controlled aircraft, was first tested in March 1917, while the American aerial torpedo known as the Kettering bug made its debut in October 1918. Although both showed promise in flight tests, neither were used operationally during the war. The development and testing phase of unmanned aircraft continued during the interwar period. In 1935, the British produced radio-controlled aircraft as targets for training purposes. The term drone is believed to have originated from this period, inspired by the DH.82B Queen Bee, one of these radio-controlled models. The United States also manufactured radio-controlled drones for target practice and training. Later on, reconnaissance UAVs were first widely deployed during the Vietnam War, and drones began to take on new roles, including acting as decoys in combat, launching missiles against fixed targets, and dropping leaflets for psychological operations. After the Vietnam War, countries beyond Britain and the United States began exploring unmanned aerial technology. New models became more sophisticated, with improved endurance and the ability to maintain greater height. In recent years, models have been developed that use technology like solar power to address the challenge of longer flight durations. Today, drones have a wide range of functions, from monitoring climate change to conducting search operations after natural disasters, photography, filming, and delivering goods. However, their most well-known and controversial use is by the military for reconnaissance, surveillance, and targeted attacks. Since the 9/11 terrorist attacks, the United States in particular has significantly increased its use of drones. They are primarily used for surveillance in areas and terrains where troops cannot safely go, but they are also employed as weapons, credited with eliminating suspected militants. Their use in current conflicts and over some countries has raised ethical questions about this kind of weaponry, especially when civilian casualties occur due to inaccurate data or their proximity to a target. Drones have revolutionized warfare, altering strategies, actions, and perceptions. Armed drones are now a significant part of modern combat, with their rapid spread posing new threats globally. More than 10 countries, including the United States, Israel, the United Kingdom, Pakistan, Iraq, Nigeria, Iran, Turkey, Azerbaijan, Russia, and the United Arab Emirates have conducted drone strikes. Additionally, countries like Saudi Arabia, India, and China have armed drones in their military arsenals. New America's World of Drones database categorizes countries into three groups: those that use drones in combat, those that possess armed drones but haven't used them in combat, and those developing armed drones. The drones are classified according to the U.S. Air Force tier system. Tier 1 includes low-altitude, low-endurance drones like the Orbiter. Tier 2 comprises medium-altitude, long-endurance drones like the Reaper or the retired Predator. And Tier 2 Plus includes high-altitude, long-endurance drones like the Global Hawk. Mini and micro drones are not classified in this system. Let's explore the advanced features of one of the most advanced unmanned aircraft in the world. The General Atomics MQ-9 Reaper, also known as the Predator B, is a powerful unmanned aerial vehicle that has redefined modern warfare. Developed by General Atomics Aeronautical Systems primarily for the United States Air Force, this advanced drone can be flown remotely or operate autonomously. The USAF often refers to these UAVs as remotely piloted vehicles aircraft to emphasize human control from the ground. The Reaper is a significant upgrade from its predecessor, The MQ-1 Predator. Equipped with a 950 shaft horsepower turboprop engine, it boasts 15 times the ordnance payload and cruises at 3 times the speed of the Predator. This increased power and capacity make the Reaper a formidable hunter-killer drone, capable of long-endurance, high-altitude surveillance missions. Controlled from ground control stations, the Reaper allows aircrew to monitor and engage targets from afar. In 2006, General T. Michael Mosley, then Chief of Staff of the USAF, highlighted the Reaper's shift from intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance roles to a true hunter-killer platform. As of May 2021, the USAF operated over 300 of MQ-9 Reapers. These drones have been retrofitted with upgrades to enhance performance in high-end combat situations, and all new units will feature these improvements. To prove the fleet is expected to remain in service until 2035. Each unit costs around $31 million as of 2023. Beyond military use, the Reaper serves U.S. Customs and Border Protection and several international military forces. The MQ-9A has evolved into the MQ-9B, known as Sky Guardian or Sea Guardian, depending on the mission and payload configurations. This versatility ensures the Reaper remains a critical asset in various defense and security operations. The General Atomics Predator B001, a prototype drone, first took to the skies on February 2, 2001. Designed by Abraham Karem, this aircraft marked a significant leap in UAV technology. It was powered by a robust Allied Signal Garrett TPE-3 3110T turboprop engine, delivering 950 shaft horsepower. Its airframe, an evolution of the standard Predator, featured an enlarged fuselage and extended wings, measuring 66 feet compared to the Predator's 48 feet. This upgrade allowed the drone to reach speeds of 220 knots, carry a 740-pound payload, and soar up to 50,000 feet for 30 hours. General Atomics then refined the design, creating 2 distinct versions. The first, Predator B002, was jet-powered with a Williams FJ44-2A turbofan engine, providing 10.2 kilonewtons of thrust. This model had a payload capacity of 475 pounds, could fly up to 60,000 feet, and had a 12-hour endurance. The USAF evaluated 2 of these aircraft in 2007. Both prototypes, B001 and B002, now reside in the USAF Museum at Wright-Patterson AFB. The second direction, called the All-Terroir or Predator B003, introduced a new airframe with an 84-foot wingspan and a takeoff weight of 7,000 pounds. Powered by a TPE 331-10YGD turboprop engine, it could carry a 3,000-pound payload, reach 52,000 feet, and stay airborne for 36 hours. In October 2001, the USAF signed a contract for the first pair of Predator Bs for evaluation, designated YMQ-9s. These prototypes were delivered in 2002 and eventually renamed Reaper. The Reaper was designed for deadly persistence, able to loiter over combat zones day and night, waiting for targets and complementing piloted attack aircraft. Reaper crews stationed at bases like Creech Air Force Base near Las Vegas, Nevada, use multiple sensors, including a thermographic camera, to hunt for targets and observe terrain. The onboard camera can reportedly read a license plate from 2 miles away, and commands from the operators reach the drone in 1.2 seconds via satellite link. The MQ-9 Reaper is armed to the teeth, with 6 stores pylons capable of carrying a variety of weapons. It can carry up to 1,500 pounds on the inner pylons, 600 pounds on the mid-wing pylons, and 200 pounds on the outer pylons. When fitted with external fuel tanks and munitions, the Reaper can stay airborne for 42 hours. Fully loaded with weapons, it has a 14-hour endurance. Its arsenal includes GBU-12, Paveway 2, laser-guided bombs, AGM-114 Hellfire 2 missiles, AM-9 Sidewinders, and GBU-38 JDAMs. Tests are also underway for the AIM-92 Stinger missile. By October 2007, the USAF had 9 Reapers, and by December 2010, the fleet had grown to 57, with plans for a total of 329. Despite some criticism about the need for qualified pilots to fly these drones, which some see as a bottleneck, the USAF continues to integrate them into air operations alongside manned aircraft. In March 2011, U.S. Defense Secretary Robert Gates emphasized the importance of remotely piloted vehicles and the need for the USAF to balance its investments in manned and unmanned aircraft, acknowledging the strategic and cultural shift towards drone warfare. As of 2018, the USAF had received 287 out of 366 MQ-9 Reapers contracted with General Atomics, with a total program quantity set at 433, including foreign military sales. In 2013, the Air Force Special Operations Command aimed to make the MQ-9 even more versatile. They wanted the ability to pack up an MQ-9 in less than 8 hours, fly it anywhere in the world aboard a C-17 Globemaster III, and have it ready to support special operations teams within another 8 hours. This requirement arose because MQ-1 and MQ-9 drones need cargo aircraft for long-distance travel due to their lack of refueling technology and speed. The C-17's capacity allows it to carry the Reaper and its support systems and land on short runways, enabling rapid deployment and operational readiness. Pilots traveling with the Reaper use the ground control station to launch and land the aircraft, while most of the flying is done by US-based pilots. The Reaper has also been a test bed for numerous upgrades and innovations. In November 2012, Raytheon completed ground tests for integrating the ADM-160 MALD and MALD-J onto the Reaper, enhancing its capability for unmanned suppression of enemy air defenses. On April 12, 2013, a company-owned MQ-9 equipped with a jamming pod and digital receiver exciter successfully demonstrated its electronic warfare capabilities at Marine Corps Air Station Yuma. Another test on October 22, 2013, featuring the Northrop Grumman Pandora EW system, showed the Reaper's effectiveness in a multi-node approach against sophisticated integrated air defense systems. The U.S. Missile Defense Agency has also explored using the Reaper for ballistic missile defense. In 2011, the MDA showed interest in leveraging the Reaper's MTS-B sensor to provide firing quality data for early interception of ballistic missiles. The UAV's EO/IR sensor can potentially enable launch-on-remote capabilities with missile interceptors before Aegis radars detect the launch. 2 aircraft would be needed to triangulate a target for high-fidelity data, with the MTS-B sensors' short and mid-wave IR bands being ideal for tracking missile launches and rocket burns. In 2013, the MDA shifted from building new space tracking and surveillance system satellites due to cost concerns, opting instead to test the Reaper for ballistic missile target discrimination. Plans included testing the improved MTS-C sensor, which adds a long-wave IR detector optimized for tracking missiles and warheads after booster burnout. The goal is to use data from multiple high-flying UAVs to cue an SM-3 missile launch from an Aegis ship. In a test in late June 2016, 2 Reapers demonstrated their ability to track ballistic missiles using their MTS-B EO/IR turret, showcasing the Reaper's expanding role in modern warfare. In June 2015, a USAF Scientific Advisory Board study suggested several upgrades to make the Reaper more effective in hostile environments. They recommended adding existing sensors, weapons, and threat detection systems to improve awareness and allow for riskier missions. These upgrades included a radar warning receiver to detect targeting, air-to-air and mini-air-to-ground weapons, manned-unmanned team operations, control of multiple UAVs, automated takeoffs and landings, and advanced navigation systems for GPS-denied areas. They also proposed redesigning ground control stations with video game-like controllers and touchscreen maps to make data access easier without overwhelming operators. In October 2015, Air Force Deputy Chief of Staff for ISR Robert Otto suggested redesigning the MQ-9's ground control station to be operated by 1 person instead of 2, simplifying operations and reducing the need for hundreds of sensor operators. Introducing an auto-land feature would also cut the manpower required for launch and recovery teams. Automatic takeoff and landing capabilities already present in other drones like the RQ-4 Global Hawk and MQ-1C Gray Eagle were planned for the MQ-9 in 2017. The manually operated Reaper needs a runway at least 5,000 feet long, But with automated systems, it could use runways as short as 3,000 feet. In April 2017, an MQ-9 Block 5 flew with a Raytheon AOR-69A RWR to demonstrate its ability to operate near threat radars and air defenses, marking a first for remotely piloted aircraft. By September 2020, a Reaper was flown carrying 2 Hellfire missiles on stations previously reserved for larger bombs or fuel tanks, doubling its missile capacity to 8 after a software upgrade. The Pentagon is looking to equip the MQ-9 Reaper with directed energy weapons like low-powered lasers and high-powered microwave beams. A high-field optical module to affect the human nervous system is also being considered. In September 2020, Georgia, ASI tested the Sparrowhawk small unmanned aircraft system with the MQ-9, making the Reaper a drone mothership. The MQ-9B Sky Guardian will be capable of carrying up to 4 Sparrowhawks. A typical MQ-9 Reaper system is a complex setup involving multiple aircraft, a ground control station, communications gear, spare parts, and a dedicated team. The military crew for a flight includes a pilot, a sensor operator, and a mission intelligence coordinator. The Reaper itself is powered by a 950 horsepower turboprop engine, giving it a top speed of around 260 knots and a cruising speed between 150 to 170 knots. With its impressive 66-foot wingspan, the MQ-9 can carry a hefty payload of up to 3,800 pounds. It's armed to the teeth with an array of weaponry, including Hellfire missiles and 500-pound laser-guided bombs. For intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions, the Reaper can stay airborne for an impressive 30 hours. When fully loaded with weapons, its endurance drops to 23 hours. But that's still plenty of time to make a significant impact. With a range of 1,000 nautical miles and an operational altitude of 25,000 feet, the Reaper is perfect for long-term loitering, keeping a watchful eye over vast areas and providing crucial support to ground troops. The first MQ-9 arrived at Creech Air Force Base in March 2007, heralding a new era in unmanned aerial operations. Initially designed for military use, the Predator and Reaper weren't meant to fly among commercial air traffic and typically don't have the systems needed to meet FAA see and avoid regulations. This limitation was highlighted in 2005 during Hurricane Katrina, when requests to use MQ-9s for search and rescue operations were denied due to lack of FAA authorization. However, on May 18, 2006, the FAA issued a certificate of authorization, allowing MQ-1 and MQ-9 UAVs to fly in U.S. civil airspace for disaster response, marking a significant step forward in their operational use. An MQ-9 Reaper can be equipped with a variety of mission kits and combinations of weapons and sensors to suit different combat needs. Its Raytheon AN/AAS-52 multispectral targeting sensor suite includes a color monochrome daylight TV, infrared, and image-intensified TV with a laser rangefinder/laser designator for targeting laser-guided munitions. The aircraft also features the Lynx multi-mode radar with synthetic aperture radar that operates in spotlight and strip modes, as well as ground-moving target indication and dismount moving target indicator with maritime wide-area search capabilities. This drone has also been used as a test platform for the Gorgon Stare, a wide-area surveillance sensor system. The first version of this system, deployed in March 2011, could cover an area of 16 kilometers square. The second version, which began operations in early 2014, expanded coverage to 100 kilometers SWAR and included Argus ICE. This system uses 360 cameras that capture 5 million pixels each, creating images with a total of about 1.8 billion pixels. The video is recorded at 12 frames per second, generating several terabytes of data per minute. In January 2012, General Atomics introduced a new trailing arm design for the Reaper's main landing gear. This upgrade increased the landing weight capacity by over 30%, boosted the gross takeoff weight by 12%, and added a maintenance-free shock absorber. It also included a fully rejected takeoff brake system and provisions for automatic takeoff and landing capability and an anti-lock brake system field upgrade. In April that same year, General Atomics announced potential upgrades for USAF Reapers, such as adding 2 extra 100-gallon fuel pods under the wings to increase endurance to 37 hours. The wingspan can also be extended to 88 feet, further increasing endurance to 42 hours. The USAF has acquired 38 Reaper extended range versions, which come equipped with external fuel tanks that don't impact weapon capacity, heavyweight landing gear, a four-bladed propeller, a new fuel management system for maintaining fuel and thermal balance across external tanks, wings, and fuselage, and an alcohol water injection system to reduce the required runway takeoff length. These enhancements increase the aircraft's endurance from 27 to 33 to 35 hours. The Reaper ER first saw operational use in August 2015. Additionally, the Reaper ER features a high-definition camera in place of the traditional sensor ball, improved communications for ground controllers to view higher-quality video, software for automatic threat detection and tracking of up to 12 moving targets simultaneously, and the capability to super ripple fire missiles in rapid succession within 0.32 seconds of each other. On 25 February 2016, General Atomics announced the successful test flight of the new Predator B/ER version. This upgraded model includes an extended wingspan of 79 feet, which boosts its endurance to 40 hours. Other enhancements include improved short-field takeoff and landing performance, wing spoilers for precision automatic landings, and provisions for leading-edge de-ice and integrated low and high-band RF antennas. Asides the MQ Reaper, the United States had some tricks up its sleeves. U.S. lawmakers are considering a new Army branch dedicated to unmanned aerial systems as part of the fiscal 2025 Defense Authorization Bill. This drone corps would manage small and medium drones, integrate counter-UAS technologies, and develop strategies to enhance the U.S. Army's counter-drone capabilities. The proposal, inspired by Ukraine's successful use of drones in combat, aims to improve specialized training and recruitment of drone operators. Despite its potential benefits, some officials like U.S. Army Undersecretary Gabe Camarillo argue that a specialized branch might hinder broader integration of UAS capabilities across the military. Thanks for watching. While you are still here, click on the link on your screen to check out another of our videos. See you there.